Cleveland, Virginia, Southwest Virginia. We do beef, cattle, Angus beef, and then I do medicinal herbs for Appalachian Sustainable Development.
I'm Josh Anderson. I'm a fourth generation farmer from Bristol, Virginia. Right now we're farming about 220 acres.
What's your main crop right now?
Right now tobacco. Last year was hemp. We raised like 160 acres of hemp, but right now we're doing tobacco, about 25 acres of tobacco, hay, corn.
What year was the land purchased in?
My grandfather purchased land, so I'm a third generation farmer, so I'm not sure, but it's always been in the family.
Well, actually, my great grandfather and my great grandmother got married in 1919 and bought the home place. And they started farming for survival back then. Then my grandfather came back from World War II, and around 1950 started buying up a lot more land. And they were already milking cows, my great grandparents. And then my grandfather came in, bought up a lot of land and started the dairy business. And we went up to milking about 200 cows. My dad took that over. We were raising tobacco and corn, 400 acres of corn, 500 hogs, milking 200 cows, pretty big operation. And, my grandfather always said before he passed, he said, we can make more money by mistake than we can now on purpose, talking about today's climate,
So we have a local guy out here that probably runs about 4,000 head of cattle, and he is going out of business because the beef, there's so much pressure on the beef industry right now. And the feed costs, fuel costs, equipment costs are so high that he's not able to make it. And he's one of the biggest cattle farmers around. And we have people that's going out of business every day. Banks take land. You have to get loans for farmers, and you can't pay those loans back. It's a problem. And with no cash crop, it's a huge problem to try to make money on a farm these days.
All right. How do you see your role in the community as a farmer?
I think we're providing a service to people. We're providing food. You can't have milk or beef without feeding cows, and we're feeding cows with corn and hay, and tobacco. Good or bad, it still provides a service for people. I think,
Very true. Have you found it harder now to maintain this livelihood?
Yeah, a lot harder. It's harder to borrow money from the bank. Used to you could get money on your word, and now, your debt load's increased because you're trying to stay afloat. Every cost of everything is rising, your fuel, your labor. Your input costs have gone through the roof, but what we're getting for the price of tobacco is still the same. Hay's kind of dependent on the season.
What are some changes that you're proud of implementing on the farm?
So I've tried to really push medicinal herbs and kind of just broaden the scope of what the farm raises, because anymore, tobacco is gone. That's the main cash crop. So we have to find something that replaces tobacco. And it's tough. It's tough finding something. It's tough finding a market. It's tough if you do find a market on where to package and sell your stuff. So Appalachian Sustainable Development has helped me get contracts with some large companies to sell medicinal herbs in the area. And so what I've tried to do is try to expand out to different farmers. But that's hard. You're competing with China. You're competing with China on your labor. So it's a tough game to play.
Dream in color, you're black and white.
What are some of the changes that you are proud of implementing on your farm?
Probably just the expansion over the years. My dad was kind of doing it, and we ventured into other crops like hemp, and I really enjoyed raising that crop. A lot of hard work, kind of similar to tobacco. We still were raising tobacco, but we really enjoyed that.
For the rest of my
Let's talk about hemp. How many acres of hemp did you grow?
So I've managed hundreds of acres. 3 years ago when we started, I got involved in the hemp industry by kind of helping other farmers out and where to find a market and where to sell it and what to grow. We managed about 300 acres on our first year. Then it got knocked down to 100 and something on the second year. And then last year I did like 3 acres. But because the market price dropped so much, I tilled that under because it was not worth the harvest. So some people lost money on hemp. We thought it was going to be not replace tobacco, but we thought it would help supplement your farm income. And it's just the market. The market was so oversaturated out west that it really affected us here in Virginia, and it kind of just knocked the price down so low that it's cheaper to buy hemp than it is to grow it. As of last year, now the price has come up slowly, but still don't make enough difference in impact to grow it.
What did the price start on in hemp?
So we started. It was $3,000 a kilo. 3 or 4 years ago, it was $3,000 a kilo. Last year, it was $72. It dropped to $72.
Do you think you're going to plant hemp next year?
The only reason I'd plant it is just to study more about the plant, for the future possibilities. But for economic reasons, no. There's no money involved in hemp anymore, so it's a total loss if I were to plant it.
What did you do with your last hemp crop?
Right now it's still sitting in the field and it's browning off. I'm probably going to bush hog it and set it afire. There's not much else. There's no market for it. I can't really do anything with it. So.
Gotcha. What changes do you predict in farming in Southwest Virginia?
I think we all go to a more like local, sustainable model. So shipping our cattle out west, shipping everything out west is not the answer. We need to kind of bring back everything local and bring more money to our communities. And if we start doing that, more younger people will get into farming. So it's a lot of older people. We need to get the young generation into it. And I think the way you do that is through medicinal herbs, cannabis is the way that you get these people in here and to do that. And I mean, it's possible to do it, but it's tough. And if you have somebody like ASD or somebody helping you, that really helps. But you about have to have a second or third or fourth income on farms these days to do it with no cash crop.
Do you think if cannabis were coming to Southwest Virginia, that would change the landscape of farming?
Yes, it would greatly affect everything. If we was able to get licenses in Southwest Virginia to grow cannabis, that would be another cash crop. And if you combine that with medicinal herbs and everything, you're going to be making money. And you're going to get a lot of younger people into it. That's the problem. There's no young people who get into it. Cattle, beef is about the only thing that you can make money on right now. I'm, as far as I know, I'm the only medicinal herb farmer in Southwest Virginia or all of West Virginia. And I think that by combining cannabis and getting things that grow that actually make money, these farms can be profitable.
You're black and white, and I prefer the country